Hello, everybody, and welcome now to part 4 of the Injury Prevention for Runners series. I'm here with Randy Clark. It's been an awesome day today doing this. Segment 4, this is going to be a big one. This is going to be a fun one now. We're going to be talking about the right shoes. But we're going to start with this segment by talking about training or recovery. How is that affecting health? We're going to be talking about overtraining, overstretching. So let's talk about overtraining, overstretching to start this segment.
Sure. I mean, I guess the question is, how do you know? How do you know if you're training properly or if you're overtraining?
Mm-hmm.
And the key there really is, is your body recovering as fast as you're breaking it down, right? So whenever you train, let's say you lift weights or you go running or you do something like that, there are little micro traumas that happen in your body. Those micro traumas are good. That's how you get stronger, right? Is those little micro traumas cause more muscle to build and you get stronger and you build more endurance, that sort of thing. If you're training at such a level that the rate of breakdown is faster than the rate of repair, you're going to run into injury. It's just a matter of time, right? It's just a matter of time. Think about your bank account, right? Like if you're taking money out faster than you're putting it in, eventually you're going to run out, right? You're going to run into a problem. And so the same thing happens with your body. It has a repair speed. And that speed actually changes with age. That's part of the issue with age. There's nothing wrong with running, and you see people in their 70s doing marathons and things like that, right? That you can do it, but they do have to train differently than they were when they were 20. And the reason is growth hormone, which is one of the major factors that determines how fast you repair. Growth hormone starts to go down as you age. It peaks around 21 and then slowly starts to fade off. So me at 45, I have to train differently than I did when I was 25 because my body needs a little longer rest in between in order to do that repair, just so I'm not breaking down faster than I'm building it back up.
Right, makes sense. Now with the whole stretching, I've been asked by runners, if you're doing a 5K or a marathon, should you be stretching longer, like if you're doing a longer run, or is there a way of doing it? Or
so longer doesn't really make much of a difference, honestly, and it really depends on your muscle health, right? So muscle health goes into a lot of different things, but one of the things is like hydration and genetics. There's this stuff around the muscle called fascia, and some people's fascia is a different density than other people's fascia, and they need to stretch longer than others do. And so that really becomes an individual thing. That's something you should talk to your therapist about, talk to your trainer, really try to figure out where that right level is for you. There isn't a one size fits all for training or for stretching. It really is. And we believe that for the type of therapy that we do. I've been doing this for 22 years. I've treated thousands of people. I've never done the same treatment twice. Every time, it's not just to that individual, it's to that individual that day, right? And so that even goes to the stretching. Some days you might need a little more stretching than others. And because you ate something different the night before, because you've been training differently, because you got in a fight with your spouse, right? Like even emotional stuff will affect how the physical tissues respond.
What about weather, colder versus
warm
weather?
Yeah, absolutely. Weather makes a difference. Fascia is what's called a colloid, and heat actually loosens it up. So the warmer it is outside, actually, the less you need to stretch. Right. The colder it is, the more you need to stretch.
Yeah, makes sense. But stay hydrated in that heat.
Yes, big important piece. Absolutely.
Do running surfaces play any roles?
Of course. If you've ever been on an actual track, like if people are on a track team, you'll notice that track isn't made of concrete, right? It's made of an absorption material because concrete doesn't give, right? It doesn't give. And so we talked in the previous one about how that force that comes up the IT band, the harder the surface, the more the force, right? And so if you're running on grass, you can go with like the thinner shoe, the thing like that. But if you're going to be running on concrete, you really need more support and more absorption because the ground's not going to do it for you. So you got to do it through your equipment.
And people ask me about the 5-toe shoes, the Vibrams. Can you run on cement? I don't recommend. I mean, the sole's not really durable. It can't sustain, the strike. I prefer more for beach running for those. I mean, would you?
Yeah, I would agree. Agree. And certainly, American Running Company, you guys have been looking into this for a long time. What is your your kind of opinion on footwear and how to fit that right to the right person?
We're definitely looking for, like we were saying earlier, pronation, supination. We definitely want to know what injuries you have when you come in the store. And don't be timid to come into our store. I mean, even though it's called American Running Company, we cater to nurses, we cater to everyday people, gym people. We're here to fit everybody. Everybody's dealing with injuries. You don't have to be a marathon runner or a triathlete. Everybody's dealing with some form of injury. And if you're not, then God, thumbs up to you, right? We're
Yeah,
all dealing with something.
absolutely.
Even if it's a little sprain or something. So we're looking to fit that right person. We're looking to see what you're doing, what you're using the shoes for, but you will leave the store with the right shoe, and we're just trying to guide you in that right direction. The shoes are going to guide you in that right direction.
Yeah, I would say certainly most of our patients aren't athletes. We certainly cater to even professional athletes and things like that, but the vast majority of the people we're treating pain all the time. And you'd be surprised how often footwear plays a role in why they're hurting. So finding good footwear is a really important piece in keeping the body healthy as long as you can keep it healthy.
Yeah. Very, very good, and very good stuff we talked about today. We definitely want to hear back comments, feedback. We definitely want to continue doing these type of segments because it's educational, and runners and everyday people should know about this. You got to check out Randy here in Clearwater at the ICOT Center. Neurosomatic therapy is the way to go. Check him out, and you're going to be moving soon, right?
We are. Our clinic. So we have a clinic where we treat people. The public comes in. We treat them for any of the injuries they might be having. But also we have a school where we train people. The school is called the Center for Neurosomatic Studies. The clinic is the St. John Clark Pain Treatment Center. Both of them together, and you can see how that would work together. We do our training and we have this. The school also has a student clinic for those who are interested in that sort of thing. And both of them are going to be moving. We're expanding into this beautiful new building that we're moving into. Only in a couple of weeks we're going to be there, so we're super excited about it. And we'll be happy to help anybody who wants to come and take a look.
You'll still be in the ICOT Center, just moving
one building over. Yep.
And can my customers, my listeners today, is there a way they can find you on Facebook or
We're
Instagram?
on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on YouTube, any of those things that you can find, LinkedIn. We're all over the place. But website has a lot of information as well. So the school website is cns.edu if the career sounds something like you might be interested in. If you're just looking for treatment, look at the St. John Clark Pain Treatment Center, and we'd be glad to help.
There you go. I'm CJ, Randy Clark. He knows his stuff. Check him out.
All right, thanks. Thanks, CJ.
Have a good one.
Thanks.
Thank you.